could have started from the end. Now I have a house for kids and even a big land. Who knew I'd have only made mistakes that would have been fixed with a slice of cheesecake. Demo Salvatore was my 18 dream, but now the only one I be with is Chandler Bing. Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to another episode of 30 as Fuck. I'm Vanessa. I'm your host, and thank you so much for being here today and for listening to this special episode. I'm saying special because it's been 2 weeks. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best, but I am so busy right now. And I wanted to talk to you about a lot of things today because I took my time to kind of collect life experience in the past 2 weeks. And it's crazy to say that I do actually, excuse me. Of course, I'm a little bit sore already. So I took my time, I was saying, to actually collect life experiences and I don't know, share my point of view with you. And it's crazy because it's been only 2 weeks and I'm like, wow, so many things happened and so many changes even inside of me happened, if it makes sense. Like the way I was seeing things 2-3 weeks ago is totally different. And that's also the reason why I decided to wait to actually record or post anything, because I knew I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about the way I was feeling lately, but at the same time, I was like, I don't think I have the grip of it. I don't think I am at the point where I can actually share it with you, my experience, and also give you I don't know, something nice to think about at the end. You know, when you're right in the moment, it's a little bit difficult to see everything from a different perspective from outside. And so here we are. It's been 2 weeks. As I said, I want to talk to you about different things. First of all, how difficult is life? And why every time we try to do something, everything, it's so fucking complicated. I'll be honest with you. In the past 5 years, everything has been so fucking complicated and difficult, and it took a long time. And then, honestly, the result of it, it wasn't that. How can I say? It didn't make me feel that happy. You know, when you try so hard to get to a point in your life, and then you reach the point, but you're uh, like the moment when you received the thing that you worked so much for, it's so like short respect to the amount of time that you spent actually doing, like trying to get to that point. And also I think another reason is because if you're like me, I'm already thinking about the next thing, and it's already the this complicated way to live life, meaning that I'm always chasing something else. So I tend to not be present in the moment a little bit, and I need to do better. I need to do present in the moment and enjoy every single thing, and also the small things. As I woke up this morning and I made pancakes and I had pancakes, or I went out for drinks with my girlfriends, or I did have a very nice conversation with a stranger, or I worked out today. Oh my gosh, I sweat my ass off and it felt so good. So, not just the big moments in life, but also the small ones. And I think that's a little bit the solution of this, why everything is so complicated. But let's go back. So, what happened to me 2 weeks ago? I think you know by now, if you're following, that I'm trying to get my PR. And I found out, actually, I was talking to my lawyer, that I don't have the points that I thought I had because certain things changed. And I'm like, shit, like I have to uh do better, like in my French. Like I will have to work even harder than what I did so far. So it means that my French, I do have to do a certain level, so I have to do a little bit more than what I thought I have was supposed to do. um with my English, the same thing. I have to take my English test, and then I guess I have to bet on myself. And hold on to this thought, because we're gonna go back to betting on yourself. Um, and so, of course, as a regular, normal 32 years old that's trying to do something, I went totally I totally panicked. I went totally breakdown, um, like a mental breakdown, and I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? So I gave myself 3 days to be miserable, to feel that there was no hope in the world, to cry, to be upset. Literally, I gave myself 3 days to go through all my emotions, because I was like, I cannot pretend that this is not pissing me off. I cannot pretend that this is not making me anxious. I cannot pretend any of this. So I need to sit with those emotions. And if it ever happens to you, I found this to be a very, very good tools. We live, little parenthesis, we live in this kind of like idea that everything is supposed to be perfect, that we're supposed to be the best version of ourselves, that we're supposed to look in a certain way, that we're supposed to act in a certain way. And we talked about this in the past. Social media, of course, influence that a lot in our brain. um, but the truth is that most of us, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, like most of the time. I think not most of us, all of us, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And that's totally fine. It's normal, especially if you're 30s. Like, I think we experimented so much in our 20s, and we're kind of at the point where we're like, okay, maybe now I get it. Like, I know we're more like grounded and more aware of who we are, but that doesn't mean that we're not evolving. We're still like changing, and we're gonna do the same when we're gonna be 40, 50, 60, 70, maybe at 90 we're gonna be like, okay, that's it. But even there, it's gonna be stuff that we need to learn, or the world around us is gonna change. So we're always in this like evolving type of situation. And so, to going back to what I was saying, um in the past 2 weeks, basically, I found out that it's gonna be harder than I thought. So I panicked for 3 days. And then I was like, okay, let's go back to it. Let's go back to what I was doing, because at the end, nothing of what I had planned to do, it's going to change, other than maybe I will have to study a little bit more on my French. So I realized that the panic moment was for nothing. For nothing. Like, I mean, it was not for nothing. It was good for my brain. But literally, of what I plan to do in the next 3 months, nothing changed. We're back to normal. And so it was also very interesting that this made me feel good, meaning that I was like, oh, I'm back on track. Okay. But at the same time, it made me feel stuck. And so I tried to figure why do I feel this way? Why am I hate to have a difficult time to get to things, but then at the same time, if it's too kind of straightforward, I found it a little bit boring, and it's not that exciting, and I feel that I'm not doing actually anything. So I feel that gave me that 3 days of panicking, gave me a little bit of like, the fire under your butt. That what we say, like in Italy, we would say that. A little bit of fire under my butt, and be like, oh, okay, got it. Like, back on track. And so, going back to why it's so always difficult to achieve things, I think it's how difficult we're making it. And uh, also sometimes we need to go back to our steps and be like, okay, it's annoying. It's annoying because I would love after so many years to have it very easily. And but at the same time, is it really this difficult? Is it really um am I making it more difficult because I really want this? And so we move to the part of believing in ourselves, so betting on ourselves more than believing. And also to the fact that sometimes we need just life to kind of like bring us to the direction where we're supposed to go. So this balance between these two things, like our actions and what we can control, and also listening to the universe, to God, to whatever you believe in, to this force that it's kind of guiding us a little bit. And that's what I said to myself for the PR. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the French. This is what I'm gonna do. Worst case scenario, I learned another language, always useful. And but this is gonna be the last thing that I'm going to do. This is gonna be the last thing that I'm going to do because that's it. That's done. If it doesn't work out, it means that was not supposed to work out. And so 2 weeks ago, I got that letter. Information that it's going to be slightly more difficult. And then yesterday, actually 2 days ago, I received another information. A new pathway will be starting on 2026 for people that wants to get a PR, and it's focusing on getting the PR to the people that are already like in Canada and they're really already working, so they're the holders of study permits or working permits. And so I was like, see, when you put the effort, when you put your part, then the universe is gonna give you a little bit of help if it's meant to be. It could still be a no. It could still be because, like, I don't know exactly what this pathway will be, but I can still not get the PR. And that's the part of betting on myself. So until 2 years ago, no, maybe less. I want to say a year ago. The beginning of this year, I said this before. I was procrastinating a little bit on this French thing. And the reason was because I was like, what if I'm not able to do it? What if I'm going to fail? What if at the end I'm not going to get the PR? What if I'm going to, use my money, my time? I tried to learn something and then it's for nothing. And this is what changed for me in my brain this year, that it's like nothing is for nothing. Every time that you do something, that you put yourself out there, maybe you go on a date or 2 or 3, maybe you want to start something new, learn something. It could be literally anything. Maybe you want to start to learn a new language, or I don't know, start how to make pizza, like literally anything in the world. Even if you're doing it to achieve a different goals, so to achieve something else, even if this is just like something in between, it doesn't matter if you achieve the goal, the final goal, or not. Because during this period of time, when you're learning whatever you're learning, when you're evolving, when you're changing your point of view, when you're studying, when you're training, when you're doing whatever you're doing, it's literally something that you bring home. No, it doesn't matter if you finish, if you get to the end, if you're actually gonna achieve the final goal. Whatever you did in the middle to get to that point, it's something that no matter what, nobody's gonna take away from you. You're gonna have learned a new language, you're gonna have trained for that marathon, your body's gonna be stronger, your mind's gonna be stronger. And me personally, I learned something about myself that it makes me sorry It makes me emotional because, oh my gosh, it makes me emotional because I spent my entire life having this very difficulties to start something that was based on learning whatever it was, even on the things that I was more capable of, so like singing and acting. I knew that I had the talent, that I could do it, but there was still like a voice inside my head that was telling me, what if you fail, what if you're not going to be doing. And this is because, I said this before, I grew up in an environment where uh, everybody around me were were telling me that I was not good enough. Or even if they were not directly telling me that I was not good enough, like my subconscious, that's what basically he like registered. And so now I bet on myself. And for crying out loud, I actually learned something because I believed and I bet on myself. And even if I'm not gonna get this PR, even if my life is gonna take me somewhere else, even if I have to start all over again, it's not gonna be actually starting all over again. It's not going backwards. It's actually, I moved on. And I had these difficulties in the past few months to kind of let go of the idea that maybe Canada is not my place. Maybe I have to move. It's, on the cards. I don't know. Uh, and it wasn't, I think, I wasn't scared of, moving to another place or everything. I did it before. I packed my life before I moved here. And for me, it was more, oh my gosh, I feel that I wasted the last 5 years and a half of my life. I think that everything that I've done doesn't mean anything. And so I was talking to my therapist about this, and I was like, maybe I'm seeing all of this in the wrong way. Maybe for sure, I'm not the same person of 5 years ago. I learned so many things. And those things, it doesn't matter if what I did all those things for are not gonna be, I'm not gonna get them. Okay, it doesn't matter if I'm not gonna get to the goal. Everything that I learned in the past 5 years, it's mine. It's mine. It's stuck in my brain. I'm gonna be able to use it maybe in the future. It's everything that I learned. It's knowledge. It's self-awareness. Is self-love. All of those things are the most important part of the journey. And so we go to the cheesy line of enjoy the journey, because the journey is the best part. It is the best part. I mean, it's not the best part. I want to change it. I think I want to change it. It's not the best part because the journey fucking sucks sometimes. So let's be honest, okay? Sometimes we wake up in the morning and we're having a bad day and we have to do the things that we don't really want to do at that moment, because that's gonna be the moment that like a little step closer to our goal. I'm gonna use like a very silly and easy example. And let's say you train for a marathon and you have to get up every fucking morning, even when you don't want to. Outside it's pouring rain, but you have to go out and train and go through the shitty day, okay? And let's say you ended up at the marathon, or let's say the day of the marathon, you get fucking sick. Super, super, super sick that you cannot actually run. And you might think everything that I've done in the past year of training, it's wasted. It's not. It's not. You actually learned how to run a marathon. That you ended up doing it or not, you learned how to do it. And your body is stronger, you're healthier, and you know what? Next week is another marathon. You can do the next one. It's not, even if you really wanted to do this one, and maybe the next one, because you had that extra 2 weeks of training, you're going to be able to achieve a better goal. You're going to be able to maybe, ended up first or having a better time. And so I know that it sounds a little bit cheesy, and maybe you're in the moment of your life when you're like, Vanessa, shut up. I'm just like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. This is all bullshit. This is gonna, it's all gonna be for nothing. The point is that no matter what we do, nothing is for nothing. No matter if we get to the goal or not, nothing is for nothing. And it took me 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a lifetime to actually realize this. Don't worry. In probably another 2 weeks, something else is gonna happen. I'm gonna be in PMSy. Something's gonna happen, and I'm gonna find it very like exhausting, and I'm gonna be, this is all bullshit, and this is gonna be just a waste of time and everything. It's normal to think like that. It's okay to have a bad day. But I'm also really, really, really believing that if you bet on yourself, no matter what you do, you're gonna learn something and you're gonna get it. I don't know if I have anything else to add to this. I wanted to make you feel a little bit better if you're feeling right now that whatever you're doing, whatever you're going through, maybe you're heartbroken, maybe you just got fired, maybe you're studying for your exams at university and you're very, very tired, you don't see the end of it, and you might think, oh, even when I'm gonna use the degree, what am I gonna do with it? Even if you, I don't know, you really, really, really want to have the freedom to choose for yourself, but right now life it's not allowing you to do that. Every single thing that you do during the day, every single thing that you're doing to get to the point, it's gonna be with you forever. So the degree that you're gonna get, even if you're not gonna use it, it's personal knowledge, and there's not money wasted on personal knowledge. Okay. You're heartbroken, and even if your heart is broken right now and you think you wasted the last 5 years of your life with this person, you didn't, because you grew, you became, because you had this experience in your life, you became like this new person, and this situation, the moment that you're feeling right now, it's gonna make you even evolve more and help you to grow. And that's the best part ever. Trust me, to somebody that had depression and anxiety because a guy broke up with her. You're gonna thank that guy one day. You're gonna think that he broke up with you and really be like, that was the worst day of my life, because that was the beginning of something awesome. And if you got fired, maybe, as I said before, you think, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna find like a nice job, or I really, really love that job, or I thought that was my path. Trust me, the best one is gonna be better. Or maybe not the best one, maybe the one after the next one, but nothing happens for nothing. And I just realized that there's actually, for all the Swiftie out there, I think Opalite is exactly about this. It's exactly about every time that something bad happens to us, that a difficult moment happens, and we think that it's the end of something, or it's actually a new start. Every time that we don't achieve something that we really, really fought for and we wanted it, it's not losing. It's probably winning something else that it's right around the corner and we're not aware of it yet. And every single thing's gonna lead you to the place that you're supposed to be. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be annoying. You're gonna get pissed probably multiple times. You're gonna cry. You're gonna swear. You're going to suck it up. And to enjoy more the achievement, I want to remind you that whenever you're going to get to that point, if you're gonna actually win at the end, take time to enjoy it. Have a party, whatever it is. You find a new job, have a dinner with your friends, go out for drinks, cheer on it. Uh, Even actually, when you don't achieve it, I think actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Even if we don't achieve what we want to do, even if I'm not gonna get my PR, I think I'm gonna go out and have a drink and be happy about it because that's probably the beginning of something new. And so embrace that. Embrace the spirit. Embrace the idea that, everything is for one reason. And everything's gonna come at a time. Trust me, I'm a one person, like my one of my closest friend, it's pregnant, so she's basically, I'm the last one without kids of my group of friends. And uh I was like, well, I was the last one to do everything, even when we were kids. When I was teenager, I guess that's me. That's me in the group. I'm gonna send you all first, and let me know like how it is, and then I'll decide if I want to do it or not. And so I think that this is like the best way to see all of this, to just embrace life as it is, and everything's gonna come at the right time, and enjoy the small moments even during your daily routine. Brush your teeth, or go to a warm fluffy bed, a nice meal, a glass of wine, um, time with yourself, a hot shower, because those are things that we take for granted when we are, so focusing on achieving those big goals and changing our lives and this and that. But those are very, very significant and particular things that we have that not the entire world has. There's people out there that don't have all of those things, like a roof over their head, and it's not, this doesn't have to make you feel guilty about what you have, because you deserve it, absolutely. Just makes you feel, it's supposed to make you feel grateful, because everything that you have, you worked for it, you achieved it, and even if you take it for granted now, it's actually something very big, even if it's something that small. So I leave you with this thoughts, and I hope it wasn't too messy. I'm sorry, I really, really went with my heart with this, and I kind of like, I don't know, as always, we love 30 as fuck, right? Because it's messy, and because I'm just figuring out everything with you and for you sometimes. I'm gonna be your first. I'm gonna be, you can send Vanessa first the letter try, and then she's gonna let you know how it's gonna be. And here we are. This is actually what 30 as fuck is. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe so you receive notifications, especially now that unfortunately I'm not able to record all the time. I'm gonna try to. So wait just up to January, and then we go back on track. And put likes, share the video on social media with your friends. Tell your friends about this podcast if you really like it, because this helped me so much. Thank you so much for listening, and see you in a few. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.